Hello fellow engineers and welcome back to Cities Skylines and welcome to Engineeringdon. Now this is a city from my Patreon exclusive series, a realistic city build. So I've tried to build everything in this city as realistic as possible and the city is absolutely flourishing. I mean, look at how much money I have. That may have been because of a slight glitch. But everything isn't as it seems in Engineeringdon. There is a massive issue, one being a poo problem. Hence why this is the perfect map to try today's myth. You can discharge sewage off the edge of the map without consequence. So at the moment, I try to do like what British UK government do. They just dump sewage into the rivers and they try and hide it with trees and stuff so no one knows. However, there's so much sewage because this city is so large now that it's quite hard to hide this. Hence, the myth of dumping it off the edge of the map would be quite useful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy a load of tiles that take us to the edge of the map. I mean, up here we've got Macquarie. What if we just buy those? So 54 grand, yes please. Now I'm going to hit pause before I do anything. I'm then going to delete these sewage outlets. So now no one can poo anywhere. We'll then grab a sewage pipe and we'll head up to Macquarie, which it was realistic looking. I had tiered layers and everything, but then that spawned like that, sort of ruining the illusion. But since there's a road here, I can take my sewage pipe from there and we can just go up and around, up through the mountains. And oh man, these are really steep. I didn't realize how steep these mountains were. But yeah, up over to this way where we can then grab our sewage outlets and potentially just discharge in that direction. So we'll make sure they're all connected with these, then we'll press play and then hopefully the poo will fly off the edge of the map and then it's someone else's problem. If this works, this will be incredible. Oh no, it doesn't look like it's working. Oh no, it's filling up fast. It's filling up fast. Oh, wait, did it disappear? No, it's still there. It's still very much there. It's just what angle you look at it. Okay, so I think very much there's an invisible wall and the poo water will not go outside that. Hence, it's running down this way. Let's just speed up time. Intrigued to see what happens when this water makes it to there. Like, will it go through that or is that also going to act as a barrier? Because it can't go off the edge of the map, it seems. Can it go out of areas you don't own? Yes. Oh, look. Oh, it lifted. It lifted up that line. Look at it going up. No way. Wow, look at it. There's actual... I didn't know there was like actual poo physics in this game. That's actually quite impressive, not gonna lie. Anyway, so that's heading down that way and it will probably just fill up like down here. So I guess that's sort of a solution. I mean, at some point it will fill up this entire area and then we'll have a massive pootiful and that will probably like drown out my quarry, ruin my farms, well, probably ruin my city as well. But I reckon you've got a long time until this area is actually filled. However, as far as the myth goes, you can discharge sewage off the edge of the map without consequence. I would say that is busted because sewage does not go off the edge of the map. Yes, you can dump it into areas that you don't own, but there will be consequence at some point. Anyway, for our next myth, I think I'm going to buy a load of land up that way. And then I want to get my landscaping tool out. And I think what I'm going to do is a bit of that. So I've made a dam. So this should start filling up. Nice. Because I do need some water because this myth is water can't flood over a dam. Now, obviously, this isn't a dam. There is an in-game dam, which I will unlock. I need 2 progression points. Thankfully, I do have 2 on this map, so let's get that unlocked. So I think there's 2 ways of doing this. So the first one, I will just shove my dam across there like that. So we'll see what happens when this fills up. What should happen is water should come down like these chutes. So as it starts filling up at the back, hopefully we'll see water come through those and it won't overflow. I mean, that's how dams should work, right? Right, okay, I think water level has hit the sort of top. So yeah, out the front, there's water coming out. Wait, is it coming out the front or is it coming out the sides? I don't think that building's meant to be underwater. I will leave this running a little bit just to see if it does overtop. It shouldn't, but there does seem to be a lot of water coming out the back of it. Okay, so this has been running for quite a while. It looks like water's definitely not going to overflow that. So that's working as intended. That's a good little dam. The other way I can do this is just to like surcharge it. So I was thinking if I, in front of this, add another dam, and since it's a bit finicky, I may need to actually get some water flowing first. So let's just put a little notch in there. Because yeah, I think if there's no water, you get that not on shoreline, an annoying little glitch. But when there's water there, you can build it. Okay, so now we have some water. The dam is in. So if I hit pause now, basically what I want to do is overflow this dam. So if I grab like that level, cut out the wall like that, and you can see there's a solid wall of water there. So if I now press play, that should come flying forwards, and then we can see it's overtopped, definitely. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, I think that is 100% certain. Water can't flood over a dam. That myth is busted. The dam didn't break though. It did just get flooded. Anyway, where's this water heading? It's heading straight towards my town. Oh no, my bridge. Okay, I may have to load a new map before that happens. But first, since we have quite a large fire down here, that brings us to our next myth. Snow can extinguish fire. Now, you might be wondering, well, how are you going to get snow on there, Matt? Well, I have access to the dev tools. So if I come into this simulation tab, if I come to weather and climate, we have this climate bar, and currently we're in summer. So if I just hit pause quickly, if I move that, that's now in winter. I can drop the temperature to -50. I can increase precipitation to 1. Cloudiness to 1. So therefore, it's now snowing. Like, it's -50. So we should start to see snow forming on the ground. The question is, will the fires go out or will they stay? I mean, the fires, you can hear them. They're burning quite rapidly. And right, snow is forming. It's all on the ground. You can see the trees are Oh, look. When the trees get covered in snow, the fire does go out. Oh, no way. I honestly was not expecting that. So the myth, snow can extinguish a fire, I think that's confirmed. It definitely can. Wow. Now, for the next myth, I am in my loading screen because this myth is a functioning all-roundabout city is not possible. Well, if we load up one of my old maps, what did I call it? You spin me right round. Right, okay, so this was the roundabout city I made. So basically, this entire place is just roundabouts. Like, you got loads of roundabouts to enter the city. Houses are literally surrounded by roundabouts. We've got roundabouts connected to other roundabouts that go to like town and village roundabouts. And basically, this city running really, really well. Like, look, we're over a millionaire. Yes, we may be losing a little bit of money per hour, but not too much. Everyone's extremely happy, apart from some with a bit of polluted air. That's these guys. I may have put them too close to the chimneys there. But we're up to 1,600 people. There's more people joining all the time. So overall, super successful city. And you can go watch that video if you wanna see the full story of how it was made. And just in case that myth meant in real life, just Google Milton Keynes, because that's a place in the UK that's 99% roundabout. Anyway, a functioning all-roundabout city is not possible. That is myth busted. It's very possible, and it's thriving. And as a Brit, that makes me very, very proud. Anyway, whilst we're here, I did want to have a little play with the old air pollution thing. So basically, air pollution is flowing from this over that way. I just want to see if I were to delete these and then just make myself some room to basically delete all of these roads. Oh, I just got an achievement for destroying 1,000 buildings. Nice. But right, I think there's still enough pollution coming from this area to make these guys, yeah, they're not happy. You can see the wind lines. They're clearly going from all the pollution to those houses. In fact, let's put more houses in just to prove a point. So yeah, this guy, they haven't even built a house and they're already complaining about air pollution. So definitely air pollution happening there. And basically this myth is you can stop air pollution with a mountain. So if I want to try and stop these guys getting air pollution, what I can do the shift terrain tool and then literally just plop a mountain up. I mean, it's more of a wall technically, but if I do that and then even could go a bit more extreme with this, I could do mountains down that way, maybe down that side as well, because the wind's coming from this direction, so I don't want it to just hit that face and then like wrap around. So I think like a nice horseshoe will really prove this one. So wrap that all the way around. So now clearly if air pollution's coming out this way, it will hit this mountain and then it should go around, and then the wind's still going that direction, so it shouldn't be able to go back up. These guys should have clean air. I guess we just keep it running for an extended period and see if their air clears up. Okay, so I've left it running with the HUD off for a while. So let's turn the HUD back on. Still air pollution. I mean, maybe it's not tall enough, but I think air pollution just doesn't take ground into concern. Because in reality, these fumes, like, yes, they might go up that face, but I don't think they'll then just drop like the other side. And like this trash pit, that's downwind as well, so that shouldn't be affecting. I think the myth you can stop air pollution with a mountain is, I think we're going to say busted, because I wrapped the corners round, and I mean, I can't see going higher. I can't see that helping, but you know what? I I will. We gotta do this the most scientifically accurate way. Right, and that that is going to that level. If air pollution is going up and coming back down this, then fair enough. Oh, look what shape I made. That was a complete accident. I swear that was an accident. I'm literally just trying to do the wrap around it. It's so I'm so high up. It's so hard to actually do this accurately. But right, that is a wall with no holes in it. It's a bit hideous, but I think it is actually quite accurate. So you can't you can't tell me that pollution can get up and over there and then drop down. That would be ridiculous. I'll leave it running for a little bit, but then we'll come back and have a look. Wow, that is like the stuff of nightmares, actually, that. Right, okay, it's been a little while now. Let's head around and see, is there still air pollution? Yes, there is. So yeah, 100%, that is the myth busted. Anyway, for this next myth, we're on a map I haven't actually used before. I don't know how possible this is gonna be, actually. Like, I forgot how big Cities Skylines 2 maps actually are, but I tried to pick the best map for this. Basically, the myth is you can't drain the sea. Oh boy, it's going to be painful. It's going to be a painful run. Right, first things first then, we want to come into here and buy all the sea tiles. So can we buy like that entire area? Yes, we can. Yeah, I've then just bought the river tiles because although we worked out previously that we can't block these up, I'll probably just make like natural dams just so the water's not coming down here. But yeah, basically this is going to be a whole lot of brushing stuff. So let's grab that level and we'll just block those up like that. Do the same down here, and that should buy us some time to try and get rid of the sea. I don't even know like how this is gonna work. But while we're doing this, we can do a myth within a myth. Mythception. Because someone wanted me to try and sink one of these boats again. So the myth, you can ground ships, which is what I busted previously, because I think before I tried to just like do that, and look, we found out that, oh goodness, that ships can do wheelies and then fly. But no, basically that shipping lanes are like they've always got to be wet, so I can't actually do anything there. But someone suggested, what if I delete the shipping lane? Because you can delete these, and when you do, the land comes back. So if I were to delete a shipping lane that has a boat on it, does the boat stay and get grounded? I'll tell you what I might do. I might lower this ground just so it doesn't get like buried or something. So let's go to say just that level. So we'll fill that in so it looks like that. Nice. And then when we delete that shipping lane and press play, so it was grounded briefly, but then it disappeared. So nice idea, commenter, but I think because it disappears, I don't think we can call that a win. So therefore, the mythception myth of you can ground ships, it's still busted. You can't really. You can't. What you can do though, you can use this technique to get rid of the sea, right? Because I can't exactly drain it because we have sea like all the way around the edge. But I don't see why I can't just go up to the edge and then do a bit of that. So if we just do a whole load of painting and delete those shipping lanes, then have we got rid of the sea? I mean, we haven't got rid of the sea. We've replaced it with land. What I'm wondering now though, if I were to punch a hole, look, there's no water. There is no water. So I can just cut the sea back out, and look, there is water now, but when I let go, it disappears. So we can definitely get rid of the sea. Does this count as draining the sea? I don't think so. I think to drain the sea, we'd need to try and use like these water pumping stations, of which there are these advanced ones. So if I were to shove those in, connect them to a road, make sure we got a transformer station for power, and that's pumping 1 million meters cubed a month. I'll tell you what, actually, to make sure it's in use, I can grab a water pipe and I could literally just take this to the edge of the map. Because look, can you see that arrow up there? That means we're importing or exporting. And you can see that water is now being exported. We're exporting 1 million meters cubed a month, which should mean, well, I was hoping it would mean we'd see like the water actually get pumped. I don't think we are. I think actually it doesn't do anything visually because this water is very much still moving. I'll tell you what if I open this with Anarchy and some other mods? Because at the moment I can only have one of those advanced water pumping stations, but there is a mod that will allow me to get loads of those, I think. So wait right there.
2 hours later.
So now we're back. I can have unlimited amounts of these. So let's just shove as many in as we can. Make sure there's a road going to all of them. That means they're all connected via pipes and electricity. All right, so now when we press play, does anything happen with the water levels? Please. It'd be really nice if it did. No, so nothing happened visually. I don't think these affect like actual water depths at all. City Skylines 1, they did. And like there was a modded one, which was basically one of these. We could suck up loads of water. And I did actually use that to drain the entire sea in the first game. I was hoping I could do that with this, but it looks like the only way you can remove the sea is by, well, is by doing it this way. Replace it with land and then remove the land again. Because yeah, these pumps, although they're definitely pumping water, you literally can't see it. So that's a big shame actually. And it means the myth you can't drain the sea. That's confirmed. You can't drain the sea. However, our next myth, you can replace the sea with sewage. I have a feeling this one might be possible. Now, two things I'm going to do. I'm going to come into simulation. I'm going to... Where's water? There it is. I'm going to up the water simulation just to get these rivers to run completely dry. Although, oh no, there's water escaping up here. Hang on. Right, I bought more land just so I can do that a bit. So we got more storage there now. Same over this side. Bring that up to there. Then just delete that. Okay, nice. So water from up there shouldn't be an issue. Now, I've just waited for the water to come down here. Okay, that's good. And then just delete all of those. Yes, delete the road, delete the transformers. Don't want any of that. All I want to do is get rid of this water by bringing it to a low level and then putting the high level back on top. Right, and then if I just fill in all of this land again, or all of this sea, technically, then there is a way I can replace what once was sea with poo. Now, first off, in order to make poo, as we found out before, we need some houses. So let's just do a bit of a grid there. Fill them in with houses. Connect a road up to there. Do a sewage outlet down here. It doesn't really matter where that is, as long as it's connected with a pipe over to our houses. All right, then when we press play, they should start building, which means the poo should start flowing. Yep, there it goes. Which means I can do a very small hole. So if I turn my brush size down all the way and then just make a little bit of a hole there. Right, okay, then we have poo in a hole. So now if I press pause, I think I can make that bigger and the poo extends with the hole. So if I press play, yeah, that's good. In fact, I can even shift that down, grab a level down there, so we've got a really deep hole. And you can see that is now all poo. So all I got to do, just slowly keep expanding this so I can use like the big size. So we got a very big volume of poo there. We can then make it even bigger. And oh, the level does seem to be dropping a bit, actually. Interesting. I wonder how far I can push this though. Oh no, look, it didn't fill it in all the way to the edge. Oh, it has a max distance. Oh no, I thought I would be able to do this. But yeah, if you go too far with your poo water, it doesn't spread properly. Right, hang on a second. Let's just see if I fill that back in. If I fill in these edges, is it because I expanded too quickly? Have I just got to go like just do little expansions? Like if I keep doing just little bits, do we lose the depth at the end? Oh, we still do. Or do we? No, that seems to be working a bit better. No, not. Nah, poo physics have something weird going on with them. You can see how much the level has dropped. That's how high we started. We've lost a lot of poo. We have sort of made a sea though. So yeah, I guess really you can't use this sort of glitch thing. You would have to fill in the entire area completely manually, which would take years probably. Like, I'm not talking in-game years. I'm talking IRL years. That would take so long. But I do think it's possible. The thing is, does filling just to here count as the sea, or does all of that need to be poo? Because I don't think you can do anything out there. Even with Anarchy on, our little bird has gone red. Oh yeah, it still can't go outside the city limits. So I think for now, you can replace the sea with sewage. Is plausible, but it's not quite confirmed, and it depends on what you define as the sea. But for today, I think we'll leave it there. So I'll say peace, love, and poop myths. Bye, guys.